Well, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining our Introduction to Dynamics Connection Services. And today we'll do a little introduction of who is Dynamics Connections, why do VARs and partners use Dynamics Connection Services, and what resources and services do we provide? First off, I want to introduce myself. I'm Cheryl Livingston. I'm the owner of Dynamics Connections. And Dynamics Connections actually was started back in August 2017 by Microsoft veteran Kim Peterson, mainly on the GP and SMB side. So Microsoft GP, ISVs, and connecting them and doing education for partners on Microsoft Dynamics. Over the last several years, of course, Business Central arrived, and we've also included those Business Central partners as well as Business Central ISVs that we cover in each of our sessions. And now we are expanding to Acumatica. So if you're an Acumatica partner, welcome. And we have a lot of ISVs that we will be presenting to you that are specific to Acumatica. I have personally 25 years of financial experience. I started out in corporate accounting. I tell clients, I've been on your side of the table more than mine because I've worked at Dynamics partners, both small regional partners as well as large global partners like Columbus Global. And I've been a GP consultant since 2006. I also became a Sage and Tax certified consultant. So I've worked in the partner space for the past 15 years, helping customers. I myself was a customer of Microsoft Dynamics GP and used that in my role as a CFO, controller, and helping customers implement that internally or use it internally. And so just recently was the GP practice director at Columbus Global, which is a global partner. They're like probably in the top 5 Microsoft partners in the entire world. So I left there about a year ago to buy this business, and now I've been presenting for over a year to VARs. So I've really enjoyed that and making lots of connections. Bulk of what we do is actually do presentations, one-on-one presentations with Microsoft partners, VARs, and Acumatica partners now. And we spend 1 hour each quarter going over about 10 ISVs. And so each quarter you get to hear new topics and meet some new ISVs, get reminded about ISVs in that 1 hour session. And this is kind of typically like a group of ISVs I would be presenting in a quarterly presentation to yourself, to your team. You can see the variety of topics. I try to get different products across the Microsoft and Acumatica space. So we've got, different ISVs that cover a range of different topics so we don't overlap, and you get to meet new ISVs, which is kind of fun. Here's a list of our past clients, ISVs that we've done education for. You might notice there might be a lot of familiar logos on this chart, but we've represented over 85. Sometimes I call the usual suspects, some of them you might be familiar with or worked with in the past, but a lot of things change. Our partners don't realize that things change. They might have new products, new versions that they're compatible with, new ERPs that they've gone into those market space. And we are seeing a real interesting time with ISVs joining the dynamic space from other ERPs. And also we're seeing some of the legacy ISVs now also becoming compatible with other ERP cloud products. So we have, again, over 85 clients that we've worked with over the past 4 years. And this is a typical part of my presentation as I go over the current topics that we're going to cover in the session. So I usually say at the beginning of our session, like, here's our topics today. I can see who's compatible with various ERPs. There's, of course, the Dynamics ERPs, but other ERPs like Acumatica, Intact, NetSuite. They have a little block in the column of that particular ERP that's green. That means they are currently compatible. And if there's a blue box, that just means that they have an ISV that they're working on to convert it to be compatible with that. So, and I do send this chart out at the end of the call. I always send a summary email. You'll see here what it kind of looks like. So what's kind of nice about this is that it has contact information. It has a little bit of information about each of the ISVs and any special offers that are presented. So one of the nice things is I do have offers that are only available to Dynamic Connection attendees. So if you attend one of my sessions and you mentioned that you heard about their offer through my session, then you'll be able to be eligible for that. But again, I attached that compatibility chart I just showed you, as well as the summary. And a lot of partners appreciate this because a lot of times they'll go back and they'll say, oh, who was it that Carol mentioned in the last session? And so they have those emails to reference in the future. The other benefit I provide partners is access to a partner-only Isv library. So I send out an email that looks like this, and there's just a link that you need. So I tell the partners, go ahead and bookmark that in your browser, make it a favorite. And in that library, there's almost 100 ISVs that have their own section there. So you can go in and learn a little bit more. You're going to find a lot of things on this partner-only portal that's available only through the Isv library. So it's exclusive. So, there's going to be things on there you won't find on their website, and you can learn a little bit more about their products, watch some videos, get some fact sheets and case studies, maybe a little pricing information, contacts. So it's a great resource, and you can access that at any time, and it's a free resource to you. I just simply need to know you want access. And I do have an ISV search listing there at the top of the table of contents. There's a Dynamics Connections ISV listing. Basically, it's a big old Excel document, and that has over 400 lines in it with different filters by ERP or product topic. But honestly, it's an Excel sheet, so you can just search on the entire sheet with an Excel search, and that's another way to use that. And a lot of people download that and put it on a team site to share with the rest of their team so that they have access to that. And I do update that pretty often, at least twice a year, with new ISVs and updates. And sometimes I'll have updates kind of in between those 6 months period, but you'll see that it does evolve and change. And the other kind of nice benefit is that you learn about special offers that exclusive offers that are only available because you've attended one of my presentations. And of course, a lot of the ISVs also have what they call not for resale, or basically internal use. So it can be internal use offers, like maybe a software to use internally or to use for demos with clients. So that's really a great advantage because you get reminded or know about these offers. And then we also have, at the end of our presentation with the partners, at the end of the hour, we kind of stop, take a little snapshot here, summary of everything we discussed in that 1 hour. So it has the 10 ISVs listed there, a little bit about them, and then their offers exclusively for just attending one of my sessions. So, in some cases it could be a free sample code, a 30-day trial, maybe an Amazon gift card or a Visa gift card. And sometimes they offer like your first deal, some special offer on actually the sale. So it definitely is one of the benefits of attending one of these sessions. And another thing is that we have a monthly webinar. So, a lot of times people and partners are busy working with clients, emergencies come up. And so if we have a prearranged scheduled quarterly meeting and they can't attend, I'll invite them to our monthly webinar. And it really is the same content. It is a full one hour show and tell hour. So you can get the same content, and I do record that session, but I'll tell you, it's not as good as meeting one-on-one with me, because in those sessions, I get to know you as a partner, a little bit about your customer and your business. And so I really personalize those educational sessions that we do one-on-one each quarter to you and to your team. So as we get to know each other and really building a relationship, so I understand a little bit better what you're looking for that helps you build your client knowledge and expertise around ISVs. But if you'd like to, you can go out to dynamicsconnections.com, my website, and there's a section called Educational Webinars, and you can go down and find the Dynamics Connections ISV Show and Tell Hour, and you can click on the registration and go ahead and register there. I also do monthly, I send out a reminder, an email invite to all my contacts in my database. So if you work with me, I'll add you to my mailing list and kind of send out those reminders as well. And one other thing that we just started doing is we have a podcast that's called Isv Talks, and 2 YouTube channels. But the best way actually to find that content is to go to my website, Dynamics Connections /ISV Talks. So there's a section you can see on the website panel there. And so you can go listen. It's like usually a 10 to 15 minute presentation, and it's just really a casual interview where I interview the ISVs. Sometimes I'm interviewing industry experts, but usually trying to pull out some relevant information, find out a little bit about their products. It's not really a product demo, it's really a product overview. And we discuss things like, what are they seeing with clients and their journey to the cloud, or how are they, coming back from working remote and during the pandemic, or other fun things like how did they get their name? Why did they rebrand? Or what's the story behind their name and their company and how it got started? So those are kind of fun to get to know. And usually the people presenting are going to be the people you as a partner would work with. So you can do that. Go and listen to those presentations and those podcasts on my website, as well as on YouTube channels. I have 2 YouTube channels, Dynamics Connections LLC and ISV Talk. If we start meeting together, I'll probably also reach out to you on LinkedIn. And so you can also hear about new ISV talks that I recorded and interviews that I've done on the LinkedIn post. And then I also kind of another big area, and I think this was a really big benefit. And when I worked at a partner, I actually really appreciated this, is that in those advisory services that I could reach out and ask questions. So like you can see some of the questions that I've received. I actually have gotten a lot of really interesting and challenging ones, like, reporting excise tax in the liquor industry, third party that's compatible, with Latin America countries, pricing matrices, Bittenford connector contacts, so a lot of different topics. And I'm assuming when partners are reaching out, they've already tried to look in the Isv Library, or they've exhausted their resources. So they're asking for help and additional suggestions. So, and I literally get one partner a day, I'm not kidding you, that reaches out to me with questions. And so it's kind of fun and challenging. I feel like I really provide a lot of recommendations and help to try to match and meet their clients' needs that they're looking for. Again, here's some more around D365, Acumatica, and GP. There's some testimonials too from partners. So why should you meet with me? Again, like when I was a partner working at the global company that I did, one thing I really appreciated, I was really busy. So I got to meet with someone from Dynamics Connections once a quarter. I got in 1 hour, an overview of 10 ISVs, and that really saved me so much time. I was busy. Sometimes you forget about what ISVs are available, so get reminded about ones that you're familiar with, or even get introduced to new ones. So I really valued that, because then I didn't have to spend 1 hour with 10 ISVs. I just scheduling all of those to get to know them, and I could get a quick overview in the educational format. And here's some of the comments from VARs and partners that I have presented to. And I'd love to share with you some videos from partners that have worked with me, and in their own words, sharing about the value that they received of working with myself and Dynamics Connections. So take a listen to this.
Todd Heiss with Bond Consulting Services. And what I appreciate about Carol and Dynamics Connections is the fact that I can spend just 1 hour of time and learn about at least 10 ISV solutions that help to extend the Dynamics 365 platform. I don't have to spend time with each of the individual sales reps from each of the ISVs, and I can learn how not only they help extend the platform, but also how they operate, how that platform may differ, or how that ISV solution may differ from one of the other ones, and which one might work best in a particular instance. So I appreciate that. It speeds up my day. It's all I have time for. Once a quarter for an hour, that's well worth my time. And like I say, it's I'm going to have all of my sales reps start attending, and that's probably the way that I can learn the most in the shortest period of time, and understand how they can help us as a consulting practice. But also sometimes you give us insight about those particular products and services, on either how they've interacted with other partners in the past, and how they operate is just as important as how their software operates.
My name is Cheryl Abernathy. I am the owner of CalStrat LLC. I have been working with Microsoft Dynamics and also Microsoft Business Solutions, and formerly Great Plains, so a plethora of those different branding names, since 1997. So I've been in the GP space for a long time, and I've had the opportunity to work with Carol and Dynamics Connections for the last couple of years. One of the things that I really enjoy is that every quarter I meet with Carol and we see 10 ISVs in that hour. So I don't have to coordinate 10 demos. I don't have to reach out to 10 ISVs and try and figure out how I can schedule that and spend maybe 60 to 90 minutes. I can get an overview. We can take a deeper dive if I would like to. And then Carol takes that information on the things I'm interested in, follows up, sends an introductory email. I basically have to do nothing. And then the magic happens. I start getting emails from those ISVs. They set up additional appointments with me. I can have a personal demo where we can take a deeper look. And I find that amazing that I don't have to coordinate anything to do 10 ISVs. So in the course of a year, I can see up to 40 products, more if I'm interested, because some of the ISVs have multiple solutions. And then they will follow up with me if I say I'm interested, or Carol sends, when she sends that introductory email, it's to me and whomever the ISV contact is. So again, I don't have to know who that contact is. And then I get information that's tailored to what I want to follow up on more. So I love that. Some of the players are, of course, still the same, but some of those ISVs have added feature sets that maybe I wasn't aware of. So I get an opportunity during our one-on-one sessions to look at those to say, did you know that it could do this? No, I've been working in this space for a couple of decades and I just thought the product did this. So the ISVs are also changing. So I really appreciate that.
Because I think people come to me when they've already tried everything that they've already, kind of commonly known to do. So
well, let's face it. This is moving so fast. And I say this, if you're in the Microsoft space and you're talking about Dynamics 365 especially, it's moving so quickly and there's so many nuances to it, and there's so many options, and everything's moving so fast that it's hard to keep up with. It really is.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's what I do, is try to keep up with that.
Yeah,
so
well, that's it.
You guys up to date. Yeah,
it's a valuable service.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rob Jolliffe. I'm president of Sabre Limited. We're an ERP reseller located in Ontario, Canada, although we sell all over North America. And I want to talk really quickly about Carol and Dynamics Connections. Her solution, her program that we are subscribed to and have been for over a year now is a great resource for learning about the ISVs that are in the market, add-ons with capabilities that we might be needing for our clients. We can either attend the live presentation, and I recommend to my staff to attend that so that they can keep up on ISV solutions that are in the market in quick little 5-minute blurbs during that 1-hour presentation. Whether we go onto the library of information, whether we are getting information through the newsletter, or even better, just contacting Carol directly and getting answers to our questions. It's a great resource for any ERP company that's looking to keep on top of the rapidly changing solutions that are in the market.
Carol also provides me with a link to the portal where I can say, okay, what kind of product does this? I can find it. And in there, I can find who the contact is. I can get a hold of them if I want additional information. And then the contact knows, hey, this person really is interested. So they spend time, it's tailored to me, and it's a lot easier to navigate. Everything's all in one place or one space. And I really, really enjoyed that. Carol also is a really good sounding board for, hey, I came across this. Do you know of a solution that does this? And 9 out of 10 times she does, or she can point me in the direction of someone who does know that. So again, that is much appreciated. So those are some of the positive things that I really enjoy from meeting with Carol and Dynamics Connections. Well, who doesn't like easy? I guess that's the best way to sum it up.
It's well worth my time. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to those testimonials from other partners. I hope you enjoyed listening to them and hearing a little bit about their experience of working with me. Why should you meet with me and work with me? Well, there's definitely a lot of free resources. I've got about 9 or 10 listed here. So there are free resources like quarterly meetings, one-on-one, and that covers those 10 ISVs in 1 hour. And I meet typically with team members at the partner. It could be someone that's the lead person for ISVs, the sales team. Sometimes I just join the sales team or the team meetings and present once a quarter. Otherwise, I do meet with those partners on a regular basis. So, and I sent a follow-up email, which has the summary of who we discussed and that compatibility chart. And then we do have, just as a reminder, those exclusive offers from ISVs. So that's only offered to Dynamics Connection attendees. So if you attend the ISV, the webinar or the one-on-one sessions with your company, you can hear about those offers, and sometimes they're really good deals. And not for resale offers, of course, you've got the free use, internal use, either for demo purposes or for you to use it internally. It could be credit card processing, it could be expense reporting, it could be AP automation. So a lot of the ISVs I work with do have really good products that you could use even internally. And there is a monthly webinar. Again, that's a kind of once a month webinar, and I do cover the same topics that we would in a one-on-one session, but it's not personalized. It's in a webinar format. Usually got 20 or 30 people attending, and you can get the link. I usually record that session so you can listen to that on your own time. And I would recommend, still exploring doing the one-on-one meetings with me, because I can really tailor that session to you and your business and your team. But in case you can't make it to the one-on-one session, I do invite the attendees to attend the webinar. And we also provide the video series, ISV Talks. I talked about that also, it's on YouTube. It's on our website. I cover interviews with ISVs, industry experts. So it's really kind of a fun short video that you can listen to during coffee or lunch hour. There are exclusive ISV library access. So I have this partner only portal, and honestly, it's a huge resource. 100 ISVs that you can look at. There's the ISV search listing, and also there's open positions and job openings. So a lot of times I'll have partners that have open positions. You're looking for consultants or sales team. So a lot of times I'll get the open job descriptions and we'll post them in our library. There's also a list of contractors, resumes from consultants, sales team members, marketing people that are looking for jobs, and then they are experienced. So it is a great resource. I've had HR people use that to find and do some sourcing of candidates. So, and then those free Isv Advisory Services. So people reaching out to me, asking me questions, I make ISV recommendations, and, giving you a list of ISV contacts. A lot of times I'll get requests of who do I reach out to at this particular ISV, because maybe the person that you worked with in the past left. And so I do have those very up-to-date contacts that I do try to keep up with. So I can provide those to you so you can reach out to them. And of course, I have some newsletter and social media blog posts that I do periodically. We do have an AP comparison matrix of Dynamics ERPs. So comparing in the AP automation space, those that have different functionalities from procurement all the way to payment. And we also provide informational white papers, like how to maximize your margins with your ISVs beyond referral fees. How do I get those nicer margins? And so I have, provided information and training resources. And for fee services, also like hosting a customer webinar, you can basically have me present to your customers. And I've had several partners interested in doing that. So I basically do a 1-hour session. I do want to work with the predefined list of ISVs, because I've already, most of them I have presentations with, but I do charge for that service of presenting to your clients, and then you can take it from there and follow up. And then business process review training. So, how do you generate more services and optimize those clients-based services? But doing a business process review and optimization review really does help generate more service revenue, software sales. It provides a roadmap to the client, and it gives your sales team and your consultants something to kind of follow as a roadmap to help that client kind of plan their budget and their investments into their systems. And I also have the option for you to set up your own ISV library and organize your list of ISVs, your contracts, your pricing schedules, anything that's internal to you. So it would be your own partner-only Isv library. So you can get a discount from Sky Blue, the provider of the Isv library, for just being a Dynamics partner. And so what are the next steps? So, well, first of all, I would say check out our website at dynamicsconnections.com. A lot of great information there. You can schedule a 30-minute call with me. Here's my Calendly. It's calendly.com, Carol Dynamicon Connections. And then the next thing is maybe just attend one of our monthly webinars. It's every third Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central. So you're welcome to register and join one of those sessions. And you could, or, you know, what I really find is helpful is to have a one-on-one session with me and just try it. So that first one, just do a one-on-one with me and I'll go through the presentation and you'll get an idea of what that kind of quarterly session is like. And you could decide if you want to continue. And we have I would say the next step would be to determine like, then who should be attending these one-on-one meetings. So I know everybody's time is valuable. So it's usually, up to the partner to determine who should attend and who's going to gain value in having the Isv education. And so then we schedule those quarterly recurring meetings with the team and you can start enjoying your free benefits. And so thank you for listening to this session and this introduction to Dynamics Connections. If you need to reach out to me, it's Carol at Dynamics Connections. Thank you very much for listening.